How to write messages. Well, that's a really good question, and I believe we should take a look at the historic perspective first. All right, do you remember letters in the past? I'm sure you do. Then fax machines, then text messages. Long story short, everything has become easier, right? Access to information, to devices, all this allowed us to send tons of messages in no time to everybody, literally everywhere in the world. So imagine when you wrote a letter in the past. You had to organize it first. You had to have a structure. You thought twice before you actually wrote and prepared it. And you knew that the other person would have access to it in a couple of days or in a couple of weeks. Okay? And I think that this is exactly what we should think about these days when we write messages. Because when Slack arrived and when emails have replaced all other means of communication, everything has become so simple that we stop paying attention to the value that it actually adds. What happens? Tons of messages that we send are not structured and are just really random, and they sometimes create more chaos. So if I can give you a hint, okay, on how to do it right, treat all your messages like sticky notes, okay? So if you send Slack messages to people, don't just do it this way that you write, hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? As much as it's nice that somebody remembers that we are alive and hey, I'm just checking in, that's kind of cool. The truth is that it sometimes makes us stop everything we do. We respond immediately, then we wait for a response, and then, oh wow, it just really limits our ability to collaborate effectively. So if you're sending messages to other people, if you're willing to get things done, okay, with the help of others, treat all your messages as if they were sticky notes, as I've said before. So the first thing is, and that's an exercise I would like you to do, think about it. Try to write your message using the least words possible, okay? Make it super simple, okay? Then try to structure it, maybe in some bullet points. Think about it to whom you're sending your message, okay? So what the structure is going to be. What are you asking them to do? I'm sure you also remember back in the day when you, for example, came home and there was a sticky note from your mom or dad or sibling saying, hey, go to the store, buy something, or do this, do that. Everything was clear. And now when we have phones, you know, we just keep calling one another constantly over and over again because something comes up suddenly. That's not the way it's done. And especially in remote teams, it totally discourages us in terms of the way we work. And if we really want to increase efficiency, we should stop that. So remember, what's the topic? What is the message that you're really willing the other person to know? What should they do with it? How should they do it? How should they do it? And try to keep it super simple. Remember, less is more, okay? And think about the intention first as well. So if you approach it this way, if you start thinking up front before you hit send, I guarantee you it's going to eliminate a lot of frustration, it's going to save time and make your remote work experience much more efficient.